Bodhi and Megha seem to be okay with small, tiny, little, house. But Wednesdays we need a bigger. Hari Om to all of you. Let's start this beautiful evening with a chant of Guru Stotram. Let me first know from all of you, how many of you know Guru Stotram or at least have heard about Guru Stotram? Can anyone chant Guru Stotram? No. How many of you have heard about Guru Stotram? What is the origin of Guru Stotram? Who gave Guru Stotram to all of humanity first? Well, the story goes that it was Parvati, the Divine Mother, the consort of Lord Shiva. She was very worried about the plight of humanity. And then she went to Lord Shiva and said, "Oh Lord, I'm very concerned about my children and their future. They are too entangled and enmeshed with all the illusions and ignorance, and they are suffering so much. I can't stand to see them suffering so much. And this seems to be a never-ending cycle. Now, Lord, you must tell something by which they can find the path to a state of complete liberation from all suffering and pain, and also from the cycles of births and deaths." Lord Shiva then started talking to Parvati, the Divine Mother. And the words that Lord Shiva spoke to Mother Parvati is Guru Stotram. So it originated from the Adi Guru. What is Adi? Adi is the first, the most ancient. At the very beginning. So it comes from the mouth of the Lord himself, Lord Shiva. To whom? To Parvati, to the mother. But through mother, to whom? To all of us. That this is a way, the path. And basically Lord Shiva in these verses in Sanskrit talks about the glory of Guru. And you know that in our Hindu tradition, Lord Shiva is called as the Adi Guru. Lord Shiva is also called as Adi Guru, the first Guru, the most ancient one, who taught everybody else. So we'll be chanting these verses. For you today, I think a little difference will be there, because normally here you have the practice of, chanting whatever. If anyone is doing it, you follow. And that's what has been the practice here. But that will be a little difficult. But still, I just wanted you all to have a kind of a feel of these entire mantras, so that you can meditate upon those sounds. One thing I want to really mention at this point is this, that whether you are able to chant all the mantras or not, those who chant and those who hear the chant, those who chant and also those who hear. Hearing is not easy. Please try to understand this. Hearing is not easy. It's very difficult. Because true hearing in our tradition is this, then your mind is blank. There's nothing going on at the back of the mind, and the mind is completely open to receiving. So only hearing is only absorbing the vibrations into your entire brain and to every cell of your body. It comes after ages of practice. That too under the guidance of and continually working under the instruction of adept teachers, by which the mind is made to go through the process of filtrations, through purging all the clutters it collected. And then all this process, once it goes on and on and on, and the mind becomes quieter and calmer, then there are lesser thoughts. As there are lesser thoughts, hearing becomes possible. Otherwise, what happens? Whatever you hear is interfered. Whatever you hear is interfered by the frequencies and vibrations and energies of your own mind. If you want to hear, yet without any kind of interference, interfaces, so that the frequency is not hurt or changed, but is absorbed in its pure vibratory frequency, what happens is that it automatically starts working at a completely different level. transformation becomes possible only when we allow that non-interference. When our mind doesn't interfere. So this is a chant where Megha will start and I'll also try to join with her. And together we will just, you can do one thing, that last few words, Om Shri Gurave, what's the last few words? Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We can at least join together on the last one. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Can you repeat? Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And
sometime maybe we can conduct a Sanskrit chanting class.
It's very, very, very interesting. You know, in Calcutta, we have these younger boys and girls. They have joined in our mission, and now we have this chanting sessions where they learn how to chant the Guru mantras and the Guru Paduka stotras and various other stotras, you know, from the Sanskrit verses. And
Sanskrit works on the subconscious mind. So there was this boy, young boy in our group. He was a very bad drug addict.
Yeah.
So I made him a teacher of this Sanskrit chanting group, and he now teaches children and even older people. And now he's completely out of it.
And believe me, the most important thing is this. Can we kiss a little? Down? Yeah, up. The most beautiful part of it is this. Even in different parts of world now.
Standing. No.
Oh.
Technical issues.
It's a balancing act.
Stay.
Just stay.
Stay. You just have to move your head rather than moving the microphone.
Please.
Something has to give a challenge every day. If you know how to do it while you've been sitting there. It's too low.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Where the microphone is, Tony.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Even in different universities in the world, and particularly in England, all the school children are made to learn these Guru Stotrams, are made to learn the Sanskrit verses, are made to learn the Vedic verses in proper intonation. And continually research is going on. Those people who are in chanting classes, those who are not. And surprisingly enough, they are seen that those children who have gone in that particular the Sanskrit verses classes where they are learning how to chant and they do it regularly, their brain is changing. And changing for the better. Even those people who had lots of psychological issues, mental health issues, even their problems are getting solved. Because these sounds are coming to us from timeless time. Imagine if this Guru Stotram, it is not being written and composed by somebody 100 years back or 200 years back or 500 years back or 1,000 years back. No. This has come from the direct mouth of the Lord Himself. If you are able to chant the Bhagavad Gita, then again you are chanting something which comes directly from the mouth of the Lord Himself. So these are potentially so powerful sounds, and you know, sounds are magical. That's the reason when you go to a music place or when we do kirtans or anything, sounds play such magic on our mind. It calms our mind. It's almost like that snake and that particular, that what you that call that you play, and the snake gradually comes down. What is that? In India we do that. It's like charming, and that's boom.
I love it. It's so beautiful to watch.
And the thing is this, the same holds good for our brain too. The same holds good for our brain too. If your brain is agitated for some reason or the other, take the mantra and do the boom. And you'll find over a little period of time, gradually your thoughts are changing. And as your thoughts are changing, your emotions are changing. As your thoughts are changing, your emotions are changing, your body's feeling is changing. The stress hormones are leaving you and endorphins are born. And all of it for no price, for no pills, for nothing external, no prop from outside. It's absolutely that which is with us, given to us. So please start now. So before I say that, Guru is that power in us which dispels the darkness of ignorance of duality. I repeat, Guru is that essence in us. Guru is that knowledge in us, which is not intellectual knowledge, that intuitive, soulful knowledge which is wisdom. Guru is that wisdom which is already embedded in each one of us the very moment we are born as a human. So each human being potentially divine, each human being potentially divine, each human we are potentially carrying the seed God in us. Whether the seed God remains a seed or the seed sprouts and flowers is our journey. But fact remains, whether you become once again back to who you originally are or not, but you are carrying the potentiality with you. And that potentially is in seed form. Where is it hidden? It is hidden in the shrine of our heart. In the center of this mini universe that we call the body. And that which is in the mini universe is also in the huge maxi universe outside of us. So here, always understand the word Guru not to misunderstand and confuse the concept of Guru as a person. Guru is a person. Guru is not a person. In the person, Guru contains that particular power or that essence which it transmits into you, by which you can dispel that particular darkness or the ignorance which always shows you two. And the two is duality. And duality is always a conflict. Guru is the one who removes the cataract on your eyes so that you see it clearly that the reality is not two. The reality is only one. It was one, it is one, it shall remain one. But where the glasses of duality, where the glasses of your mind You will see this world as multiple manifestations and you will be confused. Which is the one I really want? Which is the one will really make me happy? And I keep on chasing and chasing and chasing. Until such time the Guru comes. And the Guru comes from outside. But as such the Guru comes from inside. The outside Guru prompts your inner Guru to arise, to awake. Because your inner Guru is in a sleep mode, in seed form, potential form. So the external Guru or the teacher, a true teacher, comes to awaken in you. Look inside and you'll find that what you are seeking and searching is not out there, it's in here. And as you see the light within, you find it dispels like in the morning when the deep dark night gradually approaches the dawn. With the rising of the first light of sun, you find the darkness is dispelled. Just as with the dawn, the dark night ends. So also with the dawn of the consciousness of Guru consciousness, that is pure wisdom. There is no two, there is only one. And that one is everything. So once again I repeat, please keep in mind when I say Guru, 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 don't misunderstand me that I am to talk about any particular personal form or a person. I'm only saying the Guru is already inside of you, but still you need somebody today or tomorrow who needs to awaken in you that suppressed potential, power, by which you become independent, free of dependence. Now no longer you will depend on anybody to make you happy. No longer you will depend on anything to make you happy. That is true liberation. You are independent. Now nobody can make you happy. And once nobody can make you happy, take it from me, nobody can make you unhappy too. As long as there is even a one person in the world who can make you unhappy, take it from me, there is a possibility. There are many waiting to make you unhappy. But if you rise inside of you by awakening the Guru inside of you, that light of the Guru will dispel the darkness of your continuous kind of a urge to depend, to trust, to find something outside, and that makes you happy. That gives you a sense of contentment, happiness, but it doesn't last. And in my life, I have seen anything that gives you happiness is the source of your unhappiness. Anything that gives you happiness also is a source of your unhappiness. So until such time you bring yourself up to that state wherein you recognize the Guru within. This Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tashmai Shri Gurave Namo. So a Tashmai Shri Gurave Namo, we'll go do it together. Finally, Lord Shiva says, Na Gurur Adhikam, Na Gurur Adhikam, Na Gurur Adhikam. None beyond the Guru, none greater than the Guru, none superior to Guru. Who is saying? The Adi Guru is saying. And what is this Guru he's talking about? He's saying that light inside of you, nothing is superior to that. No dependence outside other than this light inside can give you that peace of mind that you are seeking. It may take births and births and births to finally come to this conclusive decision. Yes, I'm not going to go out hunting for peace outside. And then I relax. Then I let go. Then I don't cry and I don't spill over the things that have not happened. I don't keep counting of what wrong has gone wrong here and what wrong has gone there. I just come to my own space. And then I start to do an inner searching, what I'll call it heart searching. And out of true heart searching will gradually come a kind of a churning. And with that churning that you do by allowing yourself to sit in meditation, allowing the mind, the subconscious mind to float, and then gradually allow it to release, and you'll find, a new person is born. Every moment, every day, you find that you are reborn, you are reborn, you are reborn into a completely new state of mind, a new awakening, new consciousness. Everything outside remains the same. The same people, the same persons, the same objects, the same stuff. But you are not the same. The seer is no longer the same. The experiencer are no longer the same. Let's start. Once again, please, deep. A deep inhalation, please. Karam vyaptam yena characharam tatpadham darshitam yena tashmai shri gurave namaha shruti shiro ratna virajita padam bhujamha Tam bhuja suryaya tashmai shri gurave namaha shanam bhava sindhoscha jnapanam sara sampadaha guru padodakam samyak Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanatimidandhyasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Varam jangamam vyapitam Yitkinchat sacharacharam Tatpadham darshitam yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanyam Shashvatam Shanto Vyomatita Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mayam Vyapitam Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Anika Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aguro Adhikam Tattvam Na Guror Adhikam Tapaha Tattvajnanat Param Nasti Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samarudhaha Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Pradhatara Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Matha Shri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagat Guru Madatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Anamulam Guror Murti Pujamulam Gurupadam Mantramulam Guror Vakyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Reva Parabrahma Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Please, for a while, let's meditate upon that formless form of the Guru in our hearts, keeping our eyes closed. And pray to the Master within. That for births, anika janma, for many, many births, sampraptam, I have carried forward, brought forward, even to this birth. Karma bandha vidahini, knots of many karmic debts, for birth and birth and birth. I've been going through varied experiences of life. I have been a seeker, I have been a searcher. I've been seeking and I've been searching. I never knew what. Until you came into my life and awakened in me the true seeking, the true searching of the light within. Until you came to destroy all these knots of karmic debts. And gradually showing me from inside the path of life. And by your light, which is my awareness, in a state of awareness, in a state of consciousness, the more conscious I'm becoming, more aware I'm becoming, more mindful I'm becoming, I'm seeing you, the Guru within. Every time I detach myself from doings and come to seek the true doer within, I see myself as a non-doer. And I see you, my Guru, the Master, in my heart as the doer. As I become more and more attracted towards the life of awareness, the more conscious I become of any act of my life, any thought of my mind, any breath of my breaths. What a magic happens. The same person that I am seems to change. I feel so calm. I feel so poised. And not only that, I become more and more compassionate, more loving, more kind, more forgiving. All those negative emotions inside of me, as Guru, your light dawns in me, I find those negative emotions gradually changing its color from the dark to light. And as I see the change of this color, as I see the emotions inside of me changing, I see my body and each and every cell of my body dancing, celebrating with the rest of the universe, of the universal body. The whole nature seems to celebrate with me, and I celebrate with the nature, because now I am not the doer who is fettered with the knots of karma, which always bear fruits of pains and pleasures, and pains and pleasures, and pains and pleasures. Now I know that the true doer is silently sitting inside my shrine of my heart. And the more consciously I do things, the more consciously I see all my doings change from non-productive actions to very productive, healing, helping activities of service to the whole universe. It is as if I don't even intend, but it is what I see happening naturally as I focus my mind more and more towards the doer within, and the doer is you, not me. The thinker is you, not me. The breather is not you, not me, but you. So every time, I become little more aware, little more conscious, little more mindful. My every breath becomes such a beautiful breath of life. I don't even need to go to the ocean to surf anymore. The pleasure of surfing now is very easily available to me as I surf my breath. As I surf my breath, the incoming and the outgoing breath, as I surf it, I feel the same bounce. I feel the same ecstasy. I feel the same effortlessness. Just as in surfing, the surfer goes to the point of effortlessness, and that's where he or she starts to feel that elation. So also as we surf our breath, we ride our breath, we feel so blessed that we gradually uplift ourselves to a state of being a surfer, not on the ocean outside, but in the ocean of cosmic vital energy, the prana, the chi. That all enveloping, that one force, pranic force, which envelops every cell of our body to every atoms of this universe. Life no longer becomes a struggle. Even a surfer finds surfing a struggle till it got that particular state of surfing without any effort and catch the exact contour of the wave. Surf your breath, and you will reach the Guru within. Once you reach the Guru within, you don't have to open books to read knowledge, gather knowledge, or acquire knowledge. Knowledge is embedded in infinite quantum, because in your quantum mind, in your quantum state of your being, that state which even transcends matter, that state that is within each one of us, in that quantum state within us, in our soul state, we know everything. Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namah. Atma Jnana Pradhanena. O Guru, you are the one who is the bestower of that Atma Jnana, which means the self-knowledge. You alone can bestow. You alone can light that light inside of me, by which I know that I am self-illumined. I need no light from outside. I need no knowledge from outside. I don't need any approval from outside. I exist eternally. Atma Jnana Pradhanena. You are the one who alone can pradhanena. You alone can bestow upon me. You alone can transmit your Atma Jnana into my ignorant self and light the Jnana of Atma Jnana. Atma means the self, Jnana means that wisdom. Atma Jnana Pradhanena. O Lord, O Master, I pray to you. By my effort only, I am not able to do it. However, more I try, the more I get confused. Yes, there are moments when I feel quiet, calm, good, but then small things happen and that conflict with my conditioned state of mind, and I lose all my balance, and I lose all my peace, and I feel what's happening, over which I hardly have any control. Aneka janma sampraptam. And this ignorance I'm carrying for aneka janma, many, many births. It's not that I'm struggling with my karma of this birth from the time I was born. It's not that I'm only facing the karma that was there from the day I was born as a child and I grew up. Aneka janma, it has been from since many, 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 many previous births. I'm carrying it forward, transmigrating from one body to the other. The soul, the mind remain the same, collecting experiences and moving to the next body. And moving to the next body. Aneka janma, sampraptam. Karma bandha vidahini. I'm fettered with karmic knots. I can't deny my karma. They come to ask for tolls and I have to pay it. Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Only when the light of self-knowledge awakens, I am freed from these karmic dates and I am free forever, eternally existent, eternally happy.
We'll do a chant, Om Namah Shivaya. It's a Shiva meditation. So we'll all sit straight and relax our stomach and throat muscles. So when we chant, there shouldn't be any blockages in our body. And we'll try to say the Om Namah Shivaya. You're drawing the breath from our navel. And we should feel the whole chant vibrate through every cell of our body. And Om is the primordial sound, that's the cosmic sound. Namah means I bow down, I surrender my ego, my knowledge, my conditioned states of mind, my superficial layers of knowledge. So I surrender, and Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva is a universal spirit that envelops us all the time, which is always trying its best so our soul evolves to the next level. That is Shiva. It's the witnessing consciousness as well. We'll take a deep breath. Every time we say Namah, we will inwardly visualize that we are bowing down to Shiva.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah So as you chant Om Namah Shivaya, please at the same time try to track the sound, its source, how it flows inside of you, and how it permeates all over your body and spills over to the universe, the farthest shores. Let's go again. Shivaya.
Rest in this ocean of love. Rest in this ocean of love. Bathe in pure silence. Bask in the glory of sublime divine. Oh, free up your body, your soul, your mind. Step inside. Boundless beauty. A galaxy of stars. A moment is forever, forever in your arms. Raptured, captured, got and gone. Inside is outside, all is one. Fly, fly, oh fly, 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 oh fly. Birds gloriously sing out their song. The sun shines bright all day long. Waves rolling in and waves rolling out. The stars they shine without a doubt. Magnificent rains, liquid like cascades. The seeds germinate, life begins. Yet again and 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 again. Infinite blossoming, perpetual becoming. Every breath a new beginning, breathe out, flow freely, liberation claim. Stand and deliver. Liberation claim. Stand and deliver. And fly, 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 fly. Fly, 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 oh fly, fly.
Narayana, Narayan. Narayan.
Hari Narayana.
That's a beautiful, beautiful poem she said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dhamma.
So beautiful.
And it was so beautiful. So we'll do a chanting now together. This is on Narayana. Narayana. What is Narayana? Anyone can tell me here? What is Narayana?
Infinite Mother.
Huh?
Infinite Mother.
Anyone else? What's Narayana? Nar, this coinage of the word Narayana has come from Nar and Ayana. Nar, Ayana. Nar is this body. Ayana, one who resides in the core of our being. Nar, this body, in one and only. Ayana means just resting in that space. that essence inside of me, in Nara. This is body, Nara. Humans, human body, Nara. Ayana. In a state of rest, in absolute peace, but in its quantum essence, that is Ayana. Narayana, that is Narayana. So when we chant Narayana, it at the same time should bring about vibrations of our appreciating the reality that in this very human body, what are we carrying? Whom are we carrying? Just a false doer? A false successful person? A false identity? Or something eternal real? That eternal real being within us is Ayana. The Narayana. Isn't it beautiful? Each and every Sanskrit word is impregnated with such divine essence that we can't even fathom it. This is only one perspective that I gave you. There could be a million others who can give million perspectives to it. Yet it will not be exhausted. It still contains something more in it, because this is potentially divine, and the divine is beyond definition. Beyond this, beyond definition. If you still can define divine, then you have still not defined it. If you can still say what is your state, what have you attained, you have not still said it. Because it is unknowable, undefinable. It is unknowable. Every other science is knowable. Every other thing is knowable. I am the knower, and I want to know, how's this day today? Knower and some object of knowledge. There's only one space where the knower and the object of knowledge and the knowledge, they merge into each other, into that one. That's the reason Shiva carries the trident. The trident has like this, isn't it? Trident. It is like this. This is the knower. This is the knowledge. This is the known. So the knower and the object of knowledge and the knowledge, they are not separated. Yes, it is separated as long as it is shrouded in ignorance. As long as it is judged by elusive mind conditioned by its knowledge. And knowledge is false. Every knowledge is false. Until such time that knowledge is attained, where the knower and the known merges into knowledge. So there is nobody to tell you what knowledge is. Sorry. Where is that person? Imagine a salt doll goes to the ocean to measure the depth of the ocean. And it is going to return back to us and tell us what is the depth of the ocean. Salt doll measuring the depth of ocean. The salt doll walks into the ocean. And then what happens to it? Where is this salt doll gone? It merges. It merges into the ocean. So also, there is nobody is going to get back from the ocean to tell me what is the depth of the ocean. Anything that is told to us is some guess, some proximity, something in words. but they cannot be verbalized. You can't say, it's not possible. You're talking about the unknowable. That's the reason there are many great sages and seers and saints who become mauna. That means completely silent. Baba Loknath, when he came back to Bharati, after years and years and years of penance in the Himalayas, he lived for 160 years. And for the 26 years that he lived in Bharati, first few years then when he lived in Bharati, he was completely naked. He had no clothes in his body. And then, another thing was that his body was completely like, if you put something in a freezer, deep freezer, it becomes coated white, kind of, how do you say it? Frosted. His skin, he didn't have a normal human skin. It was completely frosted. Over a period of time, as he started staying in Bharati, gradually, this melted from his body, the outer cluster, because he was in the icy regions of the Himalayas for so long, and his body would be covered with snow during the winter, and then it will continue to be like this. He would be like any other rocks, deeply absorbed in samadhi, detached from his body identification, absorbed in universal consciousness. The body remained there as much as any other pieces of stones in that particular Himalayan mountains. And then the next summer comes, the snow starts to melt. But the one who is the one on whom the snow piled and is melting is still absorbed in samadhi. He was also born to a man and a woman. He also had a body like any one of us. He also had his own struggles. He also had his own failures. But somewhere one thing is very special with him. According to him, I'm just quoting him, I followed my master's instructions unreservedly. I repeat, I followed the instructions of my master unreservedly, without ever asking, just followed and followed and followed and followed. And reached a stage where he says, I have not seen your gods. Then what have you seen? He says, there is nothing in the existence. There is nothing in this entire existence that is separate from me. Now even imagine if he becomes loving and compassionate to somebody, to whom is he offering his love and compassion and forgiveness? Is he doing to somebody else? We do to somebody else. If we forgive somebody who has wronged us at some point of time. It's somebody other than me. But for him, he doesn't see the second. That's the reason he never even had any clothes on him. We put clothes because there is a second. Maybe in the bathroom, so we don't feel that. We are comfortable there. But once we open the door of the bathroom, we are not comfortable to be what we are inside the bathrooms. Because there, the second is not there. Isn't it true? The great yogis of India, many of them, they were Digambaras. Digambara means they were like the sky, unclad. They were like, they had the bodies and they never even put a little loin cloth also. How could they reach to that stage? They reached to the stage where the total body identification was completely divinized. Completely divinized. As a result, every cell of their bodies became divine cells. So they started emitting light in a much higher vibratory frequency to the length and breadth of this world. So wherever they could be, their body's vibrations will spread all over. One such enlightened master anywhere in the world with that state will keep the balance of earth. Where there could be many all over the world to imbalance. Mother Earth has to work a long time. The entire nature has to work a long time to allow this evolution of consciousness to reach to that point where one could be lost in samadhi for days and months and years, where the count of time stops. And they came to this earthly plane. They showed us this is a possibility. They told us it's nothing special. It's not that we are special. The only thing is that we trusted the word of our master. And the master trusted the word of his master. And his master trusted the word of his master. And his master trusted the word of his master. Go back 700 years, 800 years, 10,000 years. Somewhere it starts with an instruction. That my child, if you want to rise above your suffering, you have to work out again. You came all the way up this place because you created your suffering through elusive mind. Now is the time to cleanse your mind, purify your mind, so that as you purify your mind, you'll see that your mind is luminous. Your mind is like a crystal. It has no color of its own. Why do you say your mind has a color of a condition, of a concept, of a philosophy, of a belief, of thoughts, of emotions? Your mind is colorless. In its purest state, it is thoughtless. That's the reason in samadhi, mind goes into a thoughtless state. And as it goes into that thoughtless state, it connects to a chord which is no longer individual. It is universal. The individual dies, enlightenment born. The seed dies, and the flower blossoms, or the seedling comes. But the death of that particular seed is a must. A new is born. And that new is the horizon of a new vision of life. Not repeating the same thing every day. Not starting the same day every day. But when every morning will come to us with a new message for us, wake us up with a kissing on our forehead and say, child, I took care of you when you were deep asleep. Do you know? I was doing all through the night. I was doing the road work when you were deeply asleep. And the road work was to make sure that all your worn out cells, which are not wanted anymore, the toxins that you collected all through, they needed to be released, to be restored, to be healed. And fresh new cells needs to be born. and all that I did throughout the night, so that you can wake up fresh to face the world and absorb the teachings that I want to give you tomorrow. But for most in this world, morning starts as if it's the same old morning. Blessed are they, blessed are they who can start the day as if it is first time in the life. With pure awareness of the fact this morning will never come again. And if I can live this morning right, my day will be right. Morning shows the day. Morning shows the day. How I took the first few breaths in the morning when I woke up from unconsciousness to consciousness. How did I usher in a new day, a new beginning, a new freshness, nowness, presentness, where I'm not carrying the baggage of the old, where I went wrong, and how I missed out, and how wrong I was there, here, is more precisely how blessed I am today morning, fresh and new. In one of the practices in this book, I don't remember exactly which chapter, with the reading. In one of the practices here I'm writing, when you awaken each morning, take some time to be conscious of the reality that you are passing from one state of consciousness to the other, from a sleeping state to awakened state. This is an exercise in awareness of your true awakening. Smile to yourself. Isn't it beautiful? We usually smile to others. And we expect others to smile to us. And we are so judgmental about it. But how many of us give the first gift of the morning every day, me to myself, not expecting maybe somebody who is lying or sleeping next to me, or anybody who is not there, to come in the morning and say, "Hi, good morning, how are you? You look so beautiful today." No. Smile to yourself. Greet the morning with a smile. Don't only smile to yourself, even smile to the morning. Isn't it beautiful? Smile to the morning, smile to yourself, smile to the morning. Oh, your life has been too much oriented with the other. Somebody else to make you happy, and it never happened. Take it from me, it shall never happen. At 73, I say this, and I'll keep saying this. Nobody in this world can make you happy. This is my experience of life. Until and unless you are ready to be happy. and you are in a state in which happiness can be an expression of you at that particular spur of the moment. Somebody can only trigger. It has to happen in you. I'm blessed to see this beautiful morning, which is fresh and new. I come to this present moment only to greet its freshness in my body and mind. I'm grateful to Mother Nature for healing me, for renewing and releasing all that is old in my body and mind as I sleep. I'm healthy. The first thing that I tell myself in the morning is that I'm healthy. I know success will greet me as I move from moment to moment during the course of the day, anchored in the joy of my spirit. What is this success I'm talking about? It's not about the success which people normally conceive, perceive, or talk about. This success is a sense of contentment. Normally, the success that people crave for and sacrifice their life to attain, those successes have nothing to bring other than sorrows and miseries. But this success that I'm talking about is contentment, a state of your beingness, independent of what you own, what you possess, what happens outside of you. Inside you are in an ocean of love, happiness, and pure bliss. That's success. Now just think how many successful people are there in this world. Can you have Bill Gates in that? Can you have Warren Buffett in that? You can't bring any one of them. Michael Jackson wanted to live for 150 years, I'm told. He had 23 the most promising, outstanding doctors, physicians to check him every morning he woke up. And in his house, they had an entire screening of his body from the toes to the hair. So everything was screened every day so that there is nothing wrong with him and he can stay alive till 150. The celebrity Michael Jackson, the one who stands on the stage and sings and dances and the whole world goes nuts. 50 years, push, gone. He couldn't live beyond that threshold. What happened to these so many doctors? What happened to all these scannings day in, day out? Nothing worked. Only karma worked. Because karma always will be the one who can deliver the last word and nobody else. At the time of our birth, that moment is already prescripted when we are to exit from this body and this world. You can't change it. I'm sure, given a chance, iPhones, Steve Jobs would have loved to live in this world longer than he did. He could not even have 1 second more. So every morning is so precious to us, so priceless to us. I know success will greet me as I move from moment to moment during the course of the day, anchored in the joy of my spirit. The joy within my spirit will touch everybody I meet today. First earn and then spend. First earn and then spend. If you are not anchored in your own spirit, you cannot touch another spirit. If you are anchored to your senses, you can touch another sense or senses. If you are anchored in your heart, you can enter into another heart. You can penetrate the screen and you can still find a seat in the heart of another person, provided you are anchored in your heart. Your reach out is to the extent of your reach out inside of you, within you, in you. There's no other way. I know success will greet me as I move from moment to moment during the course of the day, anchored in the joy of my spirit. The joy within my spirit will touch everybody I meet today. So when I am starting my morning, such anchoring of my spirit and my mind, and I'm aligning myself, I'm coming back home into my inner sanctum in the spirit of my heart. And as I'm anchored there, my day begins with such a beautiful energy. And then what happens is, whomever I see, whomever I talk, whomever I touch, I'm transmitting divine love. I don't have to say that. Even if I just see something, even that is blessed. Even if I exchange looks, I have transmitted divine energy. Even if I'm just walking on the street, but if I'm anchored in my spirit, somebody walks by the side and says, hello, good morning. Look eye to eye. But if you are looking from your spirit and the other person is looking from the eyes, but that eye will be infected, not negatively, but positively, to the extent that I will become the eye of awareness tomorrow. From your awareness, a spark will instantly enter into that. That's the way the universe works. That's the reason charity begins at home. First earn and then talk of spending. First enrich yourself. First empower your spirit. First come inside of you. First earn this inner spiritual bliss state so that it becomes your nature. You don't have to earn it from outside. And then whatever you touch, it's like a Midas touch. It touches and it becomes a spiritual vibration. So here it is. The joy within my spirit will touch everybody I meet today, adding to the love and peace in their lives. Look at the beauty of it. How this morning is starting with you. Not just for you. Not just for you. It's for everybody who is with you, who are around you. Whomever you are going to meet today throughout the day, they are all going to be blessed because you had a beautiful morning begin with a sense of awareness, of the richness, of the newness, of the freshness, of God's infinite grace, blessing that's absolutely available only in the moment of that morning. I feel peace in my body, in my mind. See, these are the affirmations I'm doing. What are affirmations? Affirmations is just acknowledging the higher realities that I carry inside of me. I affirm means I am only saying yes to what? What is already there. What is there? I feel peace in my body. It's already there. Oh no, I'm not. This is not an affirmation. This is actual, what is happening now. You're not feeling good. You are feeling low. That's actual. That's what actual is. Deny the actual and cling on to the higher reality. What? I feel peace in my body. There's a higher reality. And whatever you take your mind to, that's exactly who you are. If you disbelieve the actuality and believe the higher reality will become the reality. Because you have lent your energy to the higher reality. And not allow the energy to be sucked by your practical, rude, repetitive structure of your brain, which conspires against you, your enemy mind. I feel peace in my body, in my mind, and in everything around me. Wherever I see, whatever I see, whatever I touch, whatever I feel, there's so much joy. There's so much peace. There's so much bliss everywhere. No complaint. And that heart where there is no complaint, there's only contentment. That's what is success. All is well. Om Namah Shivaya. Somebody asked me, what's the meaning of Om Namah Shivaya, Swamiji? I said, do you want an English answer? I said, yes. I said, all is well. Because at times it appears to be well, but most of the times all is not well. You know what is Shiva? Shiva is this present moment which everything is in its ultimate perfection. This very moment where the past and the future is completely taken away, that which remains, that particular state, that is Shiva. Why? It is devoid of any conditions. Pristine, perfect as is present. Now, here. That is Shiva. And that's who we all are. Chidanandaham Shivoham Shivoham. Satchidanandaham Shivoham Shivoham. I am Sat, I am Chit, I am Ananda. I am Sat, that means I am existence. Not part existence. Existence. I'm Sat, I'm Chit, I'm consciousness, not part consciousness, pure consciousness, complete consciousness. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Where there is Sat, where there's pure existence, there is Chit. Wherever there is existence, there is consciousness. There can be no existence without consciousness. There can be no consciousness without existence manifest. So it's like Sat, Chit. Wherever the Sat is, wherever the Chit is, another thing is absolutely inseparable there. You know what is that? Ananda. That's what is the joy. That's what's the delight of the soul, which we call as the Ananda, and that is our Swarupa. What is Swarupa? Swa means Atma, that's me, my, real. Swa means real, who I truly am, Swa. Rupa, what's the form? Rupa is the form. What is my real form? Ananda. What's my real form? Existence eternal. What's my real form? I'm pure consciousness. So I'm pure consciousness, I'm pure existence, I'm pure bliss. And all of it in its totality. Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva. I'm inseparable from Shiva. These thoughts, these words, this wisdom, this has been passed on from a space, from timeless times, again and again and again, so differently at different places, to remind humans who they truly are. Not to remind the Christians, Hindus and Muslims and Buddhists. Not to remind the Hindus and Christians and Buddhists and Jews or anybody for that matter. Humans. That remember your birthright. Your birthright is to claim back your divinity. You are not the child of a roadside beggar that you are begging every day from everybody else for little happiness. Are you a beggar? You're begging for peace. You're begging for happiness. You're begging for money. You are begging for rights. You are begging for ownership. You are begging for possessions. Are you a beggar? Are you a child of a beggar? No. You are the child of the mother who is Raja, Rajeshwari. Raja means the queen and the king. Rajeshwari, which is the ultimate. She owns everything. So why should you be happy with some tidbits? If you just become your mother's child, the mother will fill you up. Because she owns everything. My ownership is part. And one fine morning, my last breath comes. And everything I owned is gone. And what have I achieved? So these thoughts, this has been coming down from time immemorial. Somebody or the other, like this microphone, somebody or the other became the mouthpiece. Through him, these thoughts were passed down. In our tradition, they were called the gurus, through whose mouths the eternal guru passed on this message to humanity. Wake up. It's time. Little you do it sincerely. You don't have to do too much, too many. Do little, but with your heart. And when you do, try to seek the doer so that you are freed of these karmic consequences of your doership. So that you are freed. And you can be like an eagle, you can just soar high into the space and effortlessly glide. You don't even have to flutter your wings anymore. You'll be like that eagle, effortlessly flying. You'll be like that fish in the deep water where it moves and glides and there is no movement. You also do without doing. Deep inside of you, you are content. Naham tisthami Vaikunthe yoginam hridayena cha madbhakta yatra ghayanti tatra tisthami narada. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Prasida Paramananda Prasida Parameshwara Adi Vyadi Bhujangena Dashtam Mamuddhara Prabho Mamuddhara Prabho Mamuddhara Prabho Mamuddhara Prabho Pranamami Ahetu Kripa Sindhum Sadgurum Shri Lokanatham Bhavabhayaharam Avatara Varishtham Shri Lokanatham Shri Lokanatham Shri Lokanatham Shri Lokanatham Shri Lokanatham Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate
Sarve bhavantu
Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat. I have a couple of humble requests and prayers to make to you before we possibly part from this place. Last Wednesday, we had a satsang here. And on 15th, I leave this place. So 14th happens to be the last Wednesday again before I leave these premises and the city. And my coming back to Byron Bay has to be decided by Byron Bay and the devotees of Byron Bay and the seekers and lovers of Byron Bay. Because I can only come back provided Byron Bay provides me a home to stay. On rental, of course. No obligations. So far, it has not happened. Those of my most loved ones who live in Sydney, they're continually praying to God every day that they win the race and they pull me to Sydney out of Byron Bay. And they are trying to see, rental apartments and houses and whatnot. And simultaneously praying to God that finally they become successful. People in Canberra are also doing the same thing. Praying to God, and the God is really in trouble. They want me to be in Canberra, and they're also looking for a space for me in Canberra. Then where am I going to finally come to? No idea. No idea. This much I know that on 15th I leave this place. On 20th I leave the soil of Australia and reach my sweetest motherland. And there, I'll be there for a month. I have the return ticket to Australia again on the 16th of October. But not sure whether I'll board the flight or not. Because it will depend where God decides. Does He want me to stay in Sydney, Canberra, or Byron Bay? So within a month and a half's time, the decision has to come. Like all others, I'll also look up to the sky or inside of me to hear that voice. Here is a space for you, come stay here. Something like that. So that's one thing I just wanted to share with you. So keep praying, and if you happen to be somebody, you know somebody who possibly has a space which they can rent out, talk to Marina, the one who brought me to Byron Bay, for which I'm eternally thankful to her. And I never knew her. And I'll never ever forget my tons of gratitude to her for who she is to me and to Omega. And I only pray that her prayers are heard soon.
They're super strong, don't worry. They brought you here, so you can't.
So all of you have attracted me to this place. Now, all of you have to make sure that and if you ask me out of all these places, what is your heart saying? My heart says Byron Bay. And this is a very special place. And you all are also special.
So are you actually leaving on Wednesday?
I'm leaving on Thursday.
So are you doing another satsang on Wednesday?
Yes, we'll do the last satsang on the Wednesday. On 14th, maybe we'll try to do a little early, but we'll meet again, we'll talk about it, and then we started yet another little practice last Wednesday, that as soon as the satsang was over, we didn't talk to each other. We just smiled to each other. We gave the peace of our heart to each other, silently. The most potential language in the world. And we decided whatever we have collected here in the last 2 hours, we try to have them inside of us. And after the satsang is over, we'll quietly or possibly have little tea, but that too mindfully. Because in mindfulness you don't talk. You are totally into tea. You are not into tea and talk. If you talk, it's not mindful. If you only have tea, that's mindful.
Can we choose?
You can choose.
I want to talk.
So that way for you all, with this crazy Bodhi, you have little different kind of a... Usually wherever you go, normally this is not the kind of the way it ends. The way it ends is that you stand up and you stretch because it has been such a boring thing for so long. So you try to come back to the ground again because somebody has lifted us up to some place and let me ground. So the grounding is to chit-chat. And that's what everywhere is done. But here I have made it a point, very important point, that you don't lose what you have earned here before even leaving the doors of this house. I wanted each one of you to carry it back home. And not only that, I'll be happier if you can open your diaries and start writing what was your carry back. Lest you forget or your brain forgets. And don't forget, when you wake up in the morning, maybe you can read those lines. Maybe those lines can make your day. And thus you can have a beautiful morning as you can have a beautiful night. So with these words and all my gratitude to each one of you, we say thank you to God and my Divine Mother and this divine earth and all the elements of Mother Nature and all our ancestors. And pray that we keep our anchor to our spirit within. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.